As a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, Horace Mann, the father of the educational system, heard of a very particular style of education, traveling to Prussia, modern-day Germany, to investigate, lobbying heavily for this model back home. With support in academia, many PhDs traveled to Prussia to obtain training and degrees, and upon returning, they became the first school teachers in this new system. Mann stressed that it was the responsibility of the state to ensure that education was provided for the child. A very noble thing at first glance. But what does education really mean? We have to understand, in the 1800s, the politicians and factory owners had two big problems. One, they could not find enough people to go work for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, doing physical labor, doing what someone else told them to do. And why would they if they could work on their own farms and spend time with their families instead? Second, who would buy all the stuff that the factories produced? Back in those days, there was no materialistic consumerism like we have today. People owned one pair of shoes and pants. So the public education system was put in place for two reasons: to train little children into obedience and turn them into good factory workers and consumers. Hence the rise of the big state, which is responsible for our education and wants us to be good little boys, do what we are told, not question authority, and buy shit we don't need. In the old days, knowledge had been passed down from grandfather to father to son, and things worked well for millennia. Fast forward to today, over 70% of people working 9-to-5 jobs are totally disengaged with their work, having no meaning in it at all. This is something you generally will not find in textbooks. You can take a good guess why. Today, you don't have to slave away for someone else and pile up material goods just to feel good. You must have something you love, focus on this, and have a structured plan. You must focus on this one thing and don't have to be a mental slave to no one. Many young people today are using the power of the internet to have their voices heard. Having something that you are good at and using this skill to find your audience will boost your creativity, intellect, and overall quality of life tenfold, contrary to sitting through useless, mind-numbing classes, studying courses that will not benefit you in your journey in no way. College is a scam. It is nothing else but a huge money-making, tax-free organization made to turn you into sheep and keeping the machine rolling. Don't get me wrong. If you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, you should and must go to college. But most degrees today are useless and pointless. Most people going to college today don't know what to do otherwise, so they think they must get some fancy degree, living the typical college life with drinking and partying on the weekends, while accumulating huge amounts of debt which they must pay off for the rest of their lives. And in the end, many end up working something entirely different, meaning their degree did not help them in anything. Many times you are better off learning a respectable trade, mastering this craft, and working to become the best in this field. We are having massive shortages of professionals in craftsmanship, for example, because most people think they must waste their years away at college, studying for some fancy degree, ending with the word studies. Reality check. Most degrees ending with the word studies are completely BS and have no value at all in the workplace. I have more respect for somebody who has learned a respectable trade like plumbing or as a mechanic, carpenter, etc. Learn a respectable trade. Take courses or hire coaches in financial education because you will not learn financial education in the university. The university will not teach you about entrepreneurship, taxes, or investing your money. They will not tell you that you can be your own boss. They will not tell you that you could and should start your own company. They will tell you to go get your degree and go work for someone else. Find something you are good at as soon as possible. Work on this, build up your frame, and become the best you can become in this field. What up, YouTube? This is your boy Mickey, and welcome to Strong Body, Strong Mind. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do me a favor, hit the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and click on notifications so you'll be the first to know when I upload new content. If you want to find out more about Strong Body, Strong Mind, then click the link below for more info. Also, if you have any questions regarding this video or anything else, or if there's anything you would like to share with me, then use the comment section and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. Stay strong.